I wasn't going to play this for a long time because I really love horror. I love VR horror. But this game is such a fucking cock tease about it. If you're looking for anything like a story, you're going to get the bare minimum. The bare minimum. Meager. You're going to get to read a couple notes. That's it. The touch integration is acceptable. Like, look at this. Should scoot back a little so I don't fucking. There we go. See, like I can't physically grab things. It's still basically designed around. That's cool. Gamepad controls, but now I can see my hands. This is not as well thought out by far as Technolust. Oh, okay. Is that new? It's still spoopy. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrongo. But it's extremely basic. This is like a game which could be done on the Atari without compromising the basic structure of the game. The visuals would simplify, but you're just walking through a maze, and occasionally there's monsters that you run from, and you gather items like oil for your lantern, lock picks, which speed up the process of opening locked doors. It's pretty basic. How I do this? Here we go. I think I did that. I think I did that by accident. I'm just a fucking prodigy. That's a lot less streamlined than it was on Gamepad. Should make things easier, not harder, to have my hands in the game. And such a nice looking glove at that. Apparently, I am a 1920s aviator, or possibly a motorist, with his very own horseless carriage. Okay. Well, there's no need to be in here right now, I think. I can just. She's still there. I can't tell if she's still here. I should talk how basic the game is, but I still get scared by it. It is very good at what it is designed to do. Looks like a receptacle for something. Probably my balls. I'm probably gonna have to slap down my big, warm, wrinkly balls on that nice cold dish there, and then it weighs them. And only someone with balls that weigh exactly as much as mine can proceed through the gate. I think I need more. Here we go. Here's this bitch. Can I put it in there? How would that feel? Who are you, baby? Maybe up here? What about here? Are you watching this? Okay. Party's over. Oh, that's how I run. Okay. I have to make a fist in order to run, just like in real life. Sound design's as good as ever. I have this on Gear VR as well. It's great fun to show people who have never tried anything better than Gear VR, so they don't know what they're missing. I remember playing a Google Cardboard horror game, Sinister Edge, that was actually remarkably good for how basic that platform was. And I hate to describe VR Google Cardboard as basic because that's still leaps and bounds better than those. I think I spent $800 on Imagine the 800 VR goggles back in like 2009, and they were so shitty compared to this. They were 800 by 600, and the field of view was only 45 degrees. So it was not like being immersed like Oculus. It was very much like looking at a little 3D screen an inch from your eyes. Oh, I for my inventory. This is a lot more work than I would like it to be. Hold on, I'm going to turn off Guardian. Okay. That was getting a little bit annoying. No more grid. Now watch me immediately knock some shit down. So it has a campaign to it if you really want that. But really the point of this is just to scare your friends. So there's also a randomized dungeon mode that just lets you play a quick game of it, and it's sort of timelessly fun to creep around a maze and try to avoid horrifying monsters. This is one that is sort of disappointing, but also never gets old at the same time. Like an Atari game. I want to say this is okay. Oh, that's a good spot to keep that in. I'm gonna go this way. This is also an interesting choice of sitting position. Just facing that wall, contemplating bricks, I guess. This is my third attempt to fucking record a video. I did not know that the monitor output of VR games is far from standardized. So on some of them, you get a nice, pretty 16 by 9 picture that you can just screen cap and send to YouTube. On others, you still get the split view with the barrel distortion, which is no good because then you have to resize the capture window in OBS. And then when you play another game that does have the displays properly, you have to switch the capture window back to normal again. I'm not a big fan of it, I have to confess. Ah! Oh, these things are like weeping angels. If I look away, ah! Like that, like that. Uh, don't you block the fucking corridor. Oh, shit. What if I go this way? Can I bamboozle them? I can give a thumbs up. That's a good sign. The more of these games I play, the more I find myself wanting data gloves. And I feel like maybe that's not as good of an idea as it seems, because you would get your stank on them. Like they would, not like right away. I'm not some kind of gross beast, but I am human. There's oils on my skin in some amount. So if I were to wear them and not wash them, I don't know how washable they would be. Eventually, they would get gross. Eventually. And also, there's that weird feeling of having your fingers chafe up against one another when there's a fabric in between, which I'm not a big fan of, I have to confess. At the same time, I really want to be able to see the hands in the game do what my real hands are doing. And I can't do that with, I think, leap motion, no matter how good it gets, because then my hands have to be bare and there's no tracking outside of it. I think it'll be there will be a leap motion style camera on the headset, but at the same time there's going to be cameras outside of the system that like the current Lighthouse system that track the gloves to provide the best possible coverage. And you only really need precision on the finger tracking when they're in front of your eyes anyway. You're not going to be grabbing shit way out here. But yeah, I know haptic feedback is basically impossible to do with data gloves, so I'm not demanding. I'm not an unreasonable man. Not an unreasonable man. I just want to see my fingers. Hot damn. I fucking did it, my cozy bros. I didn't wake you. Fuck off. Never seen that kid before in my life. Looks nothing like me. That's kind of cool. That's a little bit better than they had to do. I'm getting into it. I'm getting a feel for it. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Um, it has been, how long has it been? I think I actually want to do. Yeah, it turns out that I was not watching the clock very closely. In fact, only 13 minutes have elapsed, so I'm going to do one more dungeon. There's a little bit of faint burn-in on my headset. I wonder what that's about. Oh, this was the first game where I appreciated the ability to lean around corners. It's so stupid. You'll feel so frustrated when it actually scares you because of how dead simple it is. You know what this is? It's a roguelike. It's basically Rogue or NetHack, but even those games at least had combat in them. This one does not have anything like combat. Oh, okay. Is there really something in there? I kind of have to find out now. Okay, there's a demon. I don't want any part of that. This way. I can't do shadow puppets. F plus. That was the best part of Doom. This is like the dwarf city from Lord of the Rings. Also, my guy's apparently fat as fuck, or needs to work out more because I can run maybe 12 feet before I start panting, like I'm about to cough my pancreas out. Spoopamans, I know you're out there. You were in Doom 3 and now you followed me here. Don't you jump at me. Already? Shit. I'm gonna fucking finish all these dungeons before I have even filled out 30 minutes. Sometimes that happens. I don't know whether to be happy about it or not, because I'm just robbing myself of playtime. That's why I don't cheat in games. It's like, why would I spend money on a game and then cheat myself out of actually playing it? I'm not quite that stupid. I try. Oh my god, do I try? I try all the time in this institution. And he prays. Oh my god, do I pray? Hello? That's all. Can I get anything from that or not? I want to say I remember looting a skeleton at one point. 'Tis another fine place for a chair. Many people in this dungeon apparently enjoy studying rock walls. It's like those two stop sign towns that only have like a drive-in theater, so everybody just goes to the drive-in all the time. It sucks if you're a kid and you live in a town like that, but as a business owner, that's Okay. No, thank you. I think I'll go this way. That's where you want to be. You want to have a captive audience. And this fellow is apparently in the middle of gender reassignment surgery. Looks like it was coming along. In fact, I think I could probably fuck that if I felt up to trying. Transgenders, more than meets the eye. Tumblr writes on the internet, ignore the biological reality, more than meets the eye. So our place, yeah, I always knew it would be. Why am I here then? That's a good question, buddy. Get your life sorted out. This is one of the nicer rooms, though. I have a wooden ceiling here, and I have tile floors. Oh, okay. I've seen most of its tricks by now, so they don't spook the shit out of me the way they did before. More than meets the eye. Really, any opening can be a vagina if you're brave. It's the magic of imagination. Demons come out of those things. I don't think here. I think these are safe spaces because the music changes. But there are enclosed rooms in which motherfucking demons come out of those wells, and they're horrible looking. They're like an orb with a face on it. Just a meat orb. A morb, I guess, is what scientists would call that. I was free. I was in a forest. A light, refreshing rain was falling. I could hear birds. Did it really happen? Was it a dream? This is fucking real. This is for all the marbles. Watch these coins be chocolate, though. Oh. I don't like this. That's not motion controls. That's waggle. Learn from the Wii. We don't want to do this. We want to interact with the environment. I wish I could reach out, grab the handle, and pull the door open. That doesn't sound good. Why am I going towards that sound? You keep my wits about me. If you go read those old Atari manuals for like adventure, they show pictures, hand illustrations of what the game would look like if the technology didn't suck ass. And it looks a lot like this. Like I'm actually playing that sort of game. I'm playing a very basic dungeon crawler in VR. Even then I was like, games will not be that shitty and simple. Yet here I am, and I paid for this. Sorry if I skipped the story. It's not Shakespeare, trust me. And I can't grab that. There we go. Let's see. There is a game, mini game in Rec Room that's sort of like a 4-person dungeon crawler, and it's cool that they made that because I remember a BBC special about virtual reality from like 1992, where one of the games they played, oh boy, was a 4-person dungeon crawler type thing, and it's there's some element of wish fulfillment in VR. A lot of the experiences we're seeing are the stuff that was just pent up fantasies from the 90s that we didn't get to realize for so long. So now we all want VR to be exactly as we imagined it rather than letting it be its own thing. There's some people doing that. There's some people doing really good original modern stuff. I like both. I think there's room for both. Like I want to play fantastic original games in VR, but I also want to play that remember that video game from Lawnmower Man? where it's like this polygonal landscape, and there are these Space Invader looking aliens shooting lasers at him. I don't want anything to do with that fellow. He can continue whatever he was up to in that room, and I won't tell anybody. Oh, and there's no door. Good. Okay. 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 Please give me. I can't. There's something. There's physically something there. Okay. This way. All right. This. Okay. I'm gonna go straight towards that spooky man. Did I not specifically tell you that if you're a spooky man? Oh. Oh. If you're a spooky man, stay out. I don't want to see any spooky mans. I was fucking cozy a minute ago. Sure enough, here come the spooky men to destroy my coziness. They live for it. They crave it. Did I go all the way in that direction? Oh, shit. Nope. Nobody here. Nobody behind this door. It would be a waste of your time to come through here. That much is certain. Oh, shit. Oh, shit! Now shit's fucking getting real, isn't it? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Please don't be there. Oh. That's what a lot of people are saying about VR, is that it's just the second coming of motion controls. What they don't get, you fucking ignorant bastards, is that these are actual working motion controls. You couldn't do this with the Wii Mode. It was just a pointer with a tilt sensor. Motion controls were not a bad idea. We just never got actual working motion controls that lived up to the promise. Now we have them. After the hype is all gone and we've already been let down by shitty first-gen motion controls, we actually get good ones that do what we were promised. That tends to be how it works. Companies will use consumers for beta testing and then release the actual working product that does what they thought it would in Gen 2. I made it, though. I'm glad I went back for round 2. The ancient ritual is complete! Take me home, sexy ghost. I like to think all ghosts are sexy. Because they're naked, necessarily, aren't they? You can't be a ghost and wear actual clothing. It would fall off your body. Why aren't ghosts naked? Why do they have ghost clothing? Did the clothing have a soul? These are the really important questions people need to know about. Okay. I would sure like to have actually thrown that switch with my hand properly. Then again, I'm also not one of those room scale fanatics. I'm happy with sit down experiences. I don't want to get up and dance around to play a video game. So I guess I'm halfway between the two. I want more hand immersion, but I don't need full body immersion. Here's the next room I told you about. I'm just fucking straight up robbing these people. Stoniers, colder, sharper. Pillars, I can hear their call. That's all for this time for reals. It has to have been at least 30 minutes. On the next episode, you'll get to see me tackle these 3 dungeons and the many unpleasant spoopy fellows which undoubtedly dwell within. It's really just like the Detroit subway, basically, you boil it right down to it. Hit like and subscribe so I can keep doing this. It really helps me afford new games to do videos of when they come out, so I don't have to keep doing these ancient titles from like launch day. Also helps put food in my tum-tum. My tum-tum requires tasty treats, you see, for I get a bad case of the hungries. And I like living indoors. Those are all exorbitant habits that I have grown accustomed to. So please actually like and subscribe this time. And I hope to see my subscriber number go up for, I think, only the second time in the history of this channel. That's all. See you next time.